Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Spirit to Dowsey. I'm Dowsey LeMay. Thanks for stopping by wherever you are in the world. I appreciate all you beautiful souls out there joining me. So today we're doing the November energy update for 2020 or the insight into the energies for November 2020. I hope that this video is helpful for you. But as I always say, before I go any further, know that these are my truths. These are my experiences that have guided me down my own spiritual path. They don't have to be yours, so use your own discernment. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Okay. So everyone knows October was an extremely powerful, intense month. And if you watched my video about the October energies, you would have seen there was a lot of conflict, chaos energy, illusionary type of things that we're going to be dealing with in the consequences of that in November. And so the themes about November is going to be really around the idea of battle, conflict energy that's going to lead to anger, feeling disempowered, maybe a swath of people feeling empowered, but that empowered state is going to come from feeling angry about this idea of like, hey, I kind of told you so kind of thing, right? So that's going to be playing out in the collective, but primarily it's being caused because all of us individually are dealing with some really big conflict energy within ourselves, right? The second theme that I picked up is around healing our traumas that are going to be reflected out, especially in these conflict battle energies. And that's really going to need a lot of us to sit within our heart space, to sit with our traumas, to offer love and compassion to ourselves, but also other folks and individuals out there or other co-creators who are going through the exact same thing. And then lastly, the idea around finding focus, clarity, and guidance. And that is only going to be done through healing your traumas and sitting with the inner intuition and inner knowing within yourself, given that the world is going to seem very chaotic, very uncertain, but that's going to be enough to know that within you is going to be enough to give you the guidance to take each day one step at a time, but understanding that through that process, you're going to get to where you want to be in a more loving, compassionate, and healing and balanced state. So let's talk about this battle energy that's going to be playing out. There's a lot of conflict energy, battle energy I've been sensing, and that's going to be around anger, disempowerment, and yet some people are going to feel empowered, but that empowered state hopefully doesn't become like this dual-edged sword where you cause more pain to other people because you're angry because they didn't listen to you in the first place. Kind of like this I told you so type of energy, right? That is definitely going to be playing out this month. And we all know in the US and the rest of the world is paying attention to the US election, and highly emotionally extreme polarization and ideology, the whole 9 yards. Everything is polarized and the politics are at one another, right? And through that process and through what's going to happen, lots of energy around anger, disempowerment, and people are going to be battling. You're going to see riots. You're going to see people in anger. You're going to see people trying to scream and get their voices heard and feeling like they're a victim, right? This is what is playing out on the collective, but that is partly because individually, we are having to deal with a massive inner conflict happening with us individually. So if you can imagine somebody going out there in the world and projecting out into the reality or out into the public that they got their head on their shoulders, right? They got everything going right for them. They are this very outgoing, charismatic type of person, and they look like they've got everything going right for them. But when you talk to them and you try to get deep into knowing them, they draw back. And the reason is because they only want to show you the shallow end of which is that everything is perfect. But what we all know is that perfection is an illusion. And inside this person is a deep, deep anguish about self-conflict that is occurring within them. And that is basically what is happening with the vast majority of the collective out there. There is going to be this deep-rooted self-conflict issue because what's happening is the deepest shadows of what you are holding on to is going to be reflected this month. You are going to see aspects of you that you do not want to look at, that you do not want to feel. That's going to be coming out this month. And that's going to lead to many different aspects of you that are going to be in conflict. One of which is that you are going to take the divine masculine energy and you are going to want to try to drive action to get things done so that you don't feel these things that are going to be popping up. And because of that aspect of you, that unconscious piece of you that's going to be trying to avoid something, that's trying to cover something, that's trying to fix something, to trying to get you to feel whatever it is that you want to feel besides what's showing up, it's going to be like a double-edged sword. It's like you're going to be driving action, but you're going to be inadvertently stabbing yourself at the same time, therefore perpetuating the pain that you are holding on within yourself, but also perpetuating the pain outside into the world. So you're going to have to be extremely mindful of the actions you're taking and the energy you're holding on to. If that energy is based on the idea of rejection and fear and anger, etc., expect that pattern to continue to play out. Expect that action to be mirrored back to you tenfold, because the emotional aspect to you is super ungrounded. It is really, really your emotions are really powerful. It is a guidance system for you to understand more about yourself. And because you're avoiding the emotions, because you're avoiding the aspects of you that you don't want to look at, it is going to be like two aspects of you literally fighting within your energetic field. And that is going to cause so much disharmony, dis-ease within all of us. And if you're not going to sit with that energy, you could get yourself very ill and very sick and become a match vibrationally to illnesses, only to reflect the consciousness of what you're holding on to. So it's imperative for all of us to offer yourself healing through, which is the second theme, through the heart. The heart is the unconditional loving aspect of you that knows what is basically the source energy of love and compassion. It is what is going to be able to offer you the healing that is needed for you to not act unconsciously in the traumatic energies that you're holding on to. Through your heart, through your compassion, through your love for yourself, are you going to be able to look and allow these traumas to come up, to be seen, to be validated, to be held, to be integrated, and to be let go of, or remove the densities of it and the emotional charge of it, that you can create action in a more balanced way. It is through your heart and your compassion to yourself, right? Through you hugging, not just externally people with your arms, but hugging yourself in your heart space, that you can look at the traumas of your life that are being highly mirrored back to you right now as we move through this month, to heal those things. It is needed for you to do that so you can heal your mental state, so you can heal your emotional state, that you can heal your energetics, and that you can offer a healed body, a body that is at harmony, a body that is at ease, so it doesn't become a match to colds, viruses, etc. as you move out and through the month of November. So in the heart space is where many of us are going to be focusing our energy. And it could be very beneficial for you if you are dealing with this. You may want to be in a meditative state and surrounding yourself or visualizing yourself being surrounded by a green heart loved energy. Think about the color of your grass, or think about the colors of the trees. That kind of green surrounding you, your entire energetics, will help ease some of that density, will offer that neutral love and compassion that the Mother Earth offers you, or that just source energy itself offers you through the vibrational frequency that is the color green. Very, very useful energy visualization to have this month to help you work through some of these self-conflicted issues that's being highly mirrored to you through the collective in the battle combat type of energies, right? So that leads us to the third thing. As we are picking up the pieces of these things that are being brought about to us, as we are dealing with our own healing, as we are being in the heart space, you're going to find that the world that which you have placed your validation and your guidance on is going to become like a black box. It's not going to be offering you anything. You're not going to get any clarity in the external world. You're going to feel like the world is going crazy. The world is going bonkers. It's full of uncertainty, and what you had believed to be right or wrong is now wrong, or what you thought was right is now wrong. What you thought was wrong is now right, and left is right, and right is left. all that kind of confusion is going to be brought to you by the external world. The only place you're going to get guidance is in your heart. It's through your heart space. It's through the inner knowing, the inner intuition, the inner being which resides within you to give you the power, the strength, and the energy to move forward in the energetics of what you are desiring. It's the only way you're going to be able to get forward as you move forward through this month. You're going to be picking up the pieces of the shattered aspects of your paradigm, and for you to get guidance this month, you're going to need to do the healing. You're going to have to be in the heart space, and in that heart space is where you're going to find your trust. You're going to find your knowing. You're going to find your strength. And although the world feels like it's going chaotic, that aspect to you, that inner knowing, that inner intuition, is going to give you enough to be able to take the energy and strength to make the next step in your life, to take each day one at a time. You're not going to get guidance for the entirety of your life, but you're going to get enough strength and vision and knowing and resonance within your field to be able to make just the next step. And in those next steps, as you take those steps, as you trust and devote yourself to your love in being in the heart space, the more and more this picture of what you're desiring, even though you may not know how to get there, but you know that you want to do it differently, the more and more that will show up as you stay in your heart, you follow your intuition, and you just take every step in that space as you move along. That is how you're going to get there. That is what's going to allow you to get the guidance and love that you need as you move forward without having to be, I would say, trying to figure it all out, because you're not going to get that in the world today. So it is all needed. All of this is all needed. You are divinely perfect for where you need to be, because if it wasn't for this conflict energy that's going to be coming up this month, all this combative anger, all these dark, deep things that are going to be really uprooted out of you this month, all the divine masculine energies that are going to be conflicting within you, you wouldn't be able to offer the place of where you need to heal. You wouldn't be able to understand those aspects about you that you are holding on to, that you can offer love and compassion to yourself so that you can heal in balance and act in a more neutral place, one that's full of more compassion and love for yourself, and that love and compassion can be extended out to the collective. And then you wouldn't be able to be in your heart space to find that intuition and love for you to have that faith and devotion, to know that what you're doing is what's best for you, and it resonates with your highest joy and passion on a day-to-day basis. And through those small action steps and guidance, the rest of the vision will come in as you create that world for yourself. So a lot of that's going to be what we're going to be dealing with this month. I hope that is helpful for you. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me at spiritualdowsy@gmail.com, or follow me on Instagram or Facebook, or better yet, subscribe here. Remember, your heart is where you're going to need to be this month, and I really hope that a lot of you guys find that space, and I hope that you understand that's where your true self exists. So I love all you beautiful souls. Take care for now. See you later.